So, hello everyone, it's time for one more Attack on Titan video today, right? We just did, of course, the anime. We did the whole episode 60, right? We did that stuff, we did the ending, we did the opening. And the ending, again, was like Falco, Bird Titan or something, flying, Phoenix was like waiting there. The opening, of course, with, I don't know, opening was like nuclear bombs. Opening really was like no spoiler, it was just bombs, right? But now it's time for the manga. It's actually released today, which is the first time that I can remember it's on a Sunday, so it's kind of strange. But I guess fitting that we're doing a lot more. And of course, Gabby's best character. You see my Gabby surrounding me. To read the chapter here, right? And, see what happens. See them fighting Eren or something like that, right? So obviously, if you saw my last video, this is the manga video now. So you can spoil, and I'm gonna try to make the thumbnail not spoil as always. It's really hard. That's not the hardest thing. I say it like every time, right? Because obviously I get more subscribers and viewers, right? If I just do like a spoiling thumbnail of the manga, right? People are like, whoa, look at this scene! But at the same time, it's like, you don't want it to spoil people, right? So of course you try to make it a little bit like one scene or something. You try to be a little... I'm always trying to hint like this is happening, but I'm not showing like the death scene. Yeah, I'm always trying to be like, here's Gabby shooting, but I'm not showing who's dying or something like that. So I'll try to do that. And yet you do that, you always get someone being like, you spoiled it for me, even though like, but I didn't show anything. I should show Gabby shooting. I didn't show what actually is happening, right? So I don't know, but it's interesting to think about. So of course I always try to do the best of that. I always try to, do the best on that, right? But anyway, let's read the chapter. So, I'm coming up here from my Gabby-esque, looks like Ymir now in the manga, okay. More flashbacks, something like that. Looks like Ymir, right? As a young girl with pigs. Maybe they were all pigs, something. Who knows? Well, okay, so they're fighting something on the Beast Titan, maybe on top of Eren. Looks like Ymir was watching them fight. Okay. No wonder there was no response at all. Yeah, because I was thinking that too, that he kind of summoned Zeke, but it felt like he was just creating a Zeke clone, right? So I was guessing last month. Yeah. I don't know if he actually has maybe translation what it says. As I thought, Zeke hide his real body, but it wouldn't be more Eren hiding his body. It would be more make sense. This is more like it's Eren doing it though. But anyway, of course, Jean being best cat always. We are left with no alternative. Yes, blow everything up. Good strategy. Just blow everything up. You're in the car Titan. Just blow everything. Maybe we can find them. Yeah, maybe. It's not a bad strategy, but yeah, just blind everything up. That's sweet. Whoa, something is happening. I guess it's like creating stuff out of thin air again. Because last chapter he kind of created Zeke, in the sky. So it's like a mouth looks to appear behind Armin. What? And then he just went to the other cat. What's happening? I guess now Armin is gonna eat it, but Armin probably can't die out of this. I mean, we know Armin has the powers to transform, so he's probably fine though. Weirdly though, it's like the tongue of the thing is in his mouth. And there's Ymir again staring at him. Man, they look kind of freaky. It was like a hand scene. Oh, here we go. Now he's creating more Titans, like he did with Zeke, I guess. Like he's summoning out this, the forces, right? I mean, the bones. Something like that. Okay, it's back to, I guess, I think maybe they're spending too much time on the parents. But back to that, he seems severely injured. He's from paradise. Can you hear me? Have you seen my cute daughter? My little Reiner? Yeah, it's a lot of on the family, right? They're coming here for us. They're coming here slowly, approaching us. Just fire the cannons. It's like an army. Fire the cannons against the horde of things. They probably don't do much. Fire away! Just keep firing or something. It might damage them, yeah. It's coming, Reiner. So now he has created... It's interesting though, because now Eren... now it's like a new Titan thing. Because now it looks like a skeleton thing. He's created some kind of... I mean, it's kind of like a... This is similar to the Hammer Titan. But it has like a weird, bone structure in the head, right? and then it maybe it's like the Yaw Titan kinda. So he created like, I guess it's supposed to be some kind of alternative version of the Hammer Titan. Then that's probably the Yaw Titan, but it's kind of weird. It's like a new, version of that. Then it kind of looks like Ymir, not Ymir the little girl, Ymir, the Yuri girl, yeah. It actually has Oppai, so yeah, that actually looks very much Ymir, because it's a female Titan. It's created Ymir, but it's kind of weird. But I guess she might be in the memory of the older Yaw Titan. Okay, so they're all fighting Reiner here. And then Jean, I guess, owned Ymir, I think he owned the Ymir clone. But it's something that they can create clones now, or so they are blasting these clones, right? But it probably doesn't matter, because it feels like he can use more of them, like more previous Titans. Yeah, they are not mindless Titan. It's some kind of like the striking. Yeah, they're similar to what you've seen earlier, right? It's some kind of like the clone army, the clones. It's some kind of Titan clone army that are coming. We are running out of Thunder Spears. Armin's probably alive, but he's been captured somehow. Even if it's the perfect plan. Mikasa, don't rush. Observe. I know what those enemies are. Here we go. The 9 Tides of Time. Interesting. That's like a freaking thing. If you've seen, the thing from I'll say, from Fantastic 4. I was like, well, mind. But that is 4, I mean. It looks like the thing from Fantastic 4, right? The Earth guy from Fantastic 4, right? And then it's like a lizard. So he's kind of bringing out, I guess it's like the power of the past. Something. He's bringing out different Titans, previous Titan owners, I guess. But what is strange here, I feel is really strange. They can do this. I actually don't like this honestly too much, because there's one thing. He's like, I got this Titan, right? I got 6 powers, kinda, right? Okay, I can do this. I got my own powers, right? Advanced Titan. But it's kind of strange that he's bringing out like pieck. Because isn't that lizard dog thing, or whatever it's supposed to be, some kind of animal? Isn't that cart Titan, right? It's a little strange that he has the power of all the Titans or something. Like the Titan doesn't even have, right? He's summoning. I mean, that rock thing is like the armored Titan, right? That is like the armored Titan. So he's bringing out Titans that we haven't, like, that he doesn't actually own currently, which makes it kind of strange, I feel, in my opinion. He's bringing out everyone's power, but I guess the Yggdrasil power of branch or whatever is something like that. And then I guess it's like a mummy Titan, something like that. So he's bringing out everything. He's bringing out the big guns, right? He's bringing out every kind of the past, all the powers in the past, something like that. He can revive your powers, maybe but he clearly doesn't have to actually have the power itself. He can bring out any power anyway. There's my friend. So Pieck has some badass strategy. Best girl, of course. It's always being the best girl, right? Pieck has some badass strategy. This is the core of the issue. The nape of the attack. So he's gonna go for the nape of this thing. Interesting. But is he even there though? Maybe he isn't alright, because no Pieck here, clearly best girl. She's considering that he's probably inside the nape, but he doesn't have to be, right? Like, I think it could be anywhere. Like, his powers are, this might unfortunately be her death scene. Perish nightmare, but she does the, oh no, goddamn like trident, goddamn hammer Titan gets best girl. Not Pieck, not the best, not straight up the hammer Titan. And this time it really is the hammer Titan. Previously it was like a similar thing to him, but now it really is the hammer Titan. The exactly like hammer Titan. Of course, I'm gonna try to save best girl here. Not the goddamn best girl. Okay, so yeah, he gets owned by Galliard, Reiner, Jean gets attacked. Oh, not Jean! Okay, he's saved. Not by goddamn Jean! He's saved by Levi, looks like. From maybe like Ymir? Looks like Ymir again. Some kind of similar Titan. He summoned like several mouth Titans, right? Like several of them. You got Armin back. Now it's really Titan. Yeah, now it's really, it's like everything's happening. Someone is looking like I don't know, like a fish or something. It's everything happening. It's like it's a zoo. It's a zoo. It's like the opening we had previously, years ago. It's like the running with the whales. It's a zoo titans. Everything is happening finally. And this is the Hammer Titan. Everything is happening. Not best girl. Let's go, Reiner. But Pieck is probably alive because they haven't actually hit her nape or whatever. Hit her stomach or no, more chest, I guess. They hit her like threw her back into her torso and kind of plexus. So she's probably fine. That's another hammer-ish. Interesting because now behind Mikasa it's like a beast titan, kinda, I guess, right? It's like a tinier beast titan, a little more a monkey titan, like a smaller little Diddy Kong titan thing. So it's like everything is thrown out at them. I was too naive. Okay, so it's arm backing up, I guess. Is Aaron? No. Is her the Titan? Wait, his fight is it Ymir the one fighting? Well, I guess, but isn't he already control? Isn't he controlling? Well, I mean, it might definitely be that Ymir wants to kill all the humans because she has a kind of weird backstory. And now they're fighting like another hammer titan, another girl titan here. Really weird. It's like everything. He has like alternative versions of everything. The zoo is here. What's Armin doing though? Oh, Bernholt. He's like Bernholt. Yeah, he's remembering him suddenly. Berthold, yeah. So I guess. Well, of course. Why wouldn't Aaron be able to, of course, create Berthold? It makes sense that he can do anyone. And then yet another like a mini tower, so yet another animal, I guess, beast titan thing going on there, and then perhaps a bird in the background. It's a titan with like wings. So this is actually like a titan with like there's like a female titan that's standing down, but she seems to actually have kind of wings, right? Like several arms. It could be it has 6 arms, but it looks kind of like there are wings actually connected, like a bat or something like that. So that's interesting too. It's a flying titan. Because we talked about that, right? That maybe Falco can fly, right? And if you look at the new ending, I said it earlier, right? But if you look at the new ending actually in the anime, it's like a phoenix thing in Falco, so it's kind of like hinted to Falco being like a bird. So to have that bird team with Falco going on in the ending, and so there's a bird titan there, probably I would argue for in the background, and yeah, it's kind of like that's probably what is happening here, right? Like we have the bird titan there, and then okay, Reiner gets grabbed by his bro. Reiner! And then saved by someone maybe? What's happening? It's thrown? Or did it bite him? That's a kind of weird scene. No, I guess but something's flying out of the body though. So either someone saved him or he like ejected himself in some weird way. And his mom is watching this because they can probably see the battle from like a mile distance. It's kind of strange because I mean it's sad, mom is like crying. But it's kind of strange because sure she can see something's happening over there, but basically it's his mom, like 10 kilometers from the battle, and like, no, my son! I don't know how she could see it. I don't be that guy, but it's a little bit over dramatic that the mom is like, no, Reiner, how could she see that from the distance and everything in the way and so on, and all the explosions and smokes and everything. If it's a little forced that she's like. That she knows that her son got bite there. But I didn't think it died, but I don't know, like, something happened. He kind of... Okay, here we go, yeah, like he's... Oh, what's this thing? It's like an other weird... Yaw Titan thing, maybe. It's not a weird Titan thing appearing. Jumping after Connie. But it's... And then Levi is bleeding. No one has, like, died confirmed yet. Everything is happening. Okay, so Reiner is fine. He's just like, oh, my gear is broken. And also Jean. Not Jean! Not best character. And then there's another weird Titan appearing. It's kind of like Eren, actually. It's like a Titan that looks similar to Eren, but not really. It's like similar to Eren touch. And he's like, no, you can't. Yeah, you're useless. Your armor Titan. He is like, you're the worst armor ever. You always are useless, man. Every time you get broken pieces. Like, that's true. You saw an anime today. He's like, oh, my arm is lost. It's always Reiner losing body parts. Yeah, like he's right. It's almost Reiner. We fight to the bitter end, bro. So this is weird Jean and Reiner camaraderie, and I guess Mikasa keeps saving them from having their emotional moments. I will save you, bro! And then Connie is maybe saved by Levi or Mikasa? Oh yeah, Captain Levi gets, I don't know, his leg. He's already injured, so... And then Mikasa saves him though. I don't know. No, Connie finally wakes up and he saves Levi instead. So no one's dead yet. Yeah, they all keep saving a shot, right? Levi hurt his leg again, but it's like his leg is fine. He could beat that. He's bleeding here, right? But the leg is fine, right? So no one yet has died yet. Past guys left each chapter. No, everyone's like, oh, I hurt my leg, but I'm still fine. Yeah, everyone's like getting injured, but no one is losing their life yet. And now it's like, I don't know, Mikasa surrounded by, I guess, just a lot of stuff. Not really like defined titans, it's like a lot of weird stuff. Oh, here we go. Mikasa's like, come on! Bring it on! I love it. She's like, come on, fight me! You know, do your best shit, Eren, yeah. Mikasa, I am the best! And then some kind of curly attacks her. Ah, the bird titan! I called you guys. Finally, Falco's bird titan. Got you, bros! Finally, Falco appears. We saw an ending today, right? So finally, bird titan appears. Finally! It's finally here! I mean, you saw it in the ending. I was like, is that the bird titan in the ending? Yes, it is! Goddamn, Attack on Titan. They're like, look at this bird titan in the ending. Look at the bird titan! Bird titan! Finally, yeah, because no, Annie's like, I mean, I didn't want to help you guys, but anything flies is pretty cool. Like, the Jets are Tsundere it. I love it. He's like, I mean, it's a pretty cool thing after all. So she had to join in, and just because of reasons. And of course, Gabby's there because she's helpful or something. But yeah, I love Andy's Tsundere it. I mean, I didn't want to help you guys, but the bird tightening is freaking lit, so I'm here. But the thing is that just in the ending, right, I talked about it earlier today. In the ending review today, right, I talked about it, how it's so much Falco and the bird and this Phoenix thing. So of course the ending literally was, you know, portraying the Falco bird thing, right? Yeah, so I freaking knew it. Of course, that was very portrayed, but the ending is kind of spoiling that, yeah, Falco and the bird thing. Annie! But I'm glad I came, yeah. So it ends finally with the bird titan. But he's flying away though, so I don't know how much this effectively helps them. They entered, they fought Eren, they got injured, and now they fought the Sioux. The Sioux is here, and then they just left, right? And they were like, oh, well, we lost a lot of blood, so let's go out again. Gabby's back, though. That was good. It's a cool chapter, yeah. Cool chapter. Little silly how no one died. I think Pieck is stuck, though, and Armin is over there, too. Yeah, they didn't save everyone. But it's kind of silly how everyone is still alive. They're all like, oh, it's the flesh wound, yeah. A lot of flesh wounds, they're like, whatever, flesh wound, I'm gonna fight, right? No one has actually had any kind of determining factor to actually lose permanently. But it was cool, like you're seeing all this, like, oh, here's the like a lizard titan kind of thing. That's kind of like Pieck. Here's like an armor titan, it's like a rock titan. It's kind of like, you know, Reiner, it's like a rock Reiner. Here's this like other beast titan. Yeah, the Sioux is here. It's kind of like, I mentioned earlier, but it had an opening, right? With Seekers running with like a whale and a giraffe and so on. This is this chapter. Finally, we have the Sioux, we have the bird, and we have all this stuff, right? So, good chapter. Very action-packed, right? Not so much storytelling. Not so much... I mean, we're in the review now, but I don't know, like, it's not that much, like, reveal. I mean, obviously the bird title's here, but otherwise... Yeah, it's like, you know, some chapters like, interesting. This could mean this thing. Maybe he's a traitor, right? So on. You know what I mean? Here's like... a lot of action, not so much new to discuss, right? Whatever. But sure, let's try to break it down here. As I mentioned earlier, during the reaction part, I find it a little cheating that Eren can use, for example, then Rock Titan, right? A rock guy or someone. He can summon, like, Reiner's grandpa or something. That to me is a little weird. I would prefer if he only could... I mean, yes and no. I mean, yes, it's cooler. He can, like, summon all the powers. But it's a little bit like, well, I guess the evil power and so on, but... If it would feel to me like they would have a bigger chance to win, right? If Eren couldn't use every power, he can't use like bird titans because he couldn't use like the flying titans, given that the flying guy isn't him, right? Because the flying guy is still over here. And actually, that matter though, isn't it a little plot hole here that Eren, he did summon something that looked like it could fly in the background, but no one of his titans can fly. He has the flying power. We've seen the flying power, right? And they hinted to that in the mystery of the titans. There used to be a fly titan, right? So why can't Eren also summon his own birds? So maybe next chapter, or maybe Eren's like, oh, you can fly now? I also got flying titans. Oh, I can do that shit too, right? So you know what I mean. Maybe Eren can do that too. Maybe he can also create bird titans. So he should be able to do that, given that he can create the other titans. But yeah, I mean, if they're ever gonna have a bigger chance, right? Like, you know, not the plot armor, but actually use win. I think he should be limited and not being able to summon like pieck and so on, right? Like he can create the lizard titan. It fits a little bit. He has all the powers, even if he doesn't actually have the powers, right? I think there should be like a rule here. You can't use the older powers you haven't actually collected, right? I think that would be an interesting thing. So then he would maybe he would kill Falco, and then he would get Falco's bird powers and create, you know, flying titans, right? It could be like a thing, like a Mega Man thing. If I kill you, I get your power, right? Kind of like that on the curve over there. But sure, this is like they're fighting the whole zoo. They're fighting all the different powers. It started out with being very similar. At first it was like, oh, that's like, you know, that Ymir the, you know, Ymir the girl, not Ymir. So Ymir the lady, you know, Historia's girlfriend, that Ymir, not Ymir the little evil girl kind of thing, right? The little ghost girl, no, the other Ymir. They had that Ymir, that she was clear in the beginning. It was, you know, Galliard. It was those guys in the beginning, right? And also Bertolt later. But it kind of started with like, this is Titan we recognize, like Seek and so on, and now it's like, oh, that's like some kind of spaghetti monster Titan. Yeah, it started from like, here are Titans you recognize, like cameo appearances, you know, this is the flashback enemies fighting all your previous enemies, and then it went into like, oh, now it's just like, what's that thing? Maybe it's like a bird. I don't know. It has like 6 arms, or is it a bird? Like it went and became more and more crazy. He definitely got more and more flexing his powers. You know, it definitely flexes his powers. It feels like an end game battle, though. Of course, being a gamer, being an old school gamer, every time I see this thing, I always think about, as I mentioned, Mega Man and those kind of games, where it's like you've beaten these titans before, you've beaten these bosses, right? And suddenly you're at the last stage. And then everything returns. Everyone that has been there before is back. Oh, you remember you killed Galactic? Oh, he's back. You remember this guy? He's also back. It's kind of like spoilers for Naruto. So I throw it out to like Naruto spoilers. Okay. For example, then it's like a Naruto, right? Where it's like, well, you remember that guy you killed 3 years ago? He's back. This guy died last week. He's also back. It's kind of like, you know, I'm just gonna revive everyone because that's fun. It really has that. It really is that end, Tensai ability to use. Like, actually, everyone you ever fought is back again, kind of. I mean, for the title, and also of course all the other powers you actually never seen before, but they're also back. Yeah, but that actually I think made it good though. Yeah, that made it kind of funny because like, yes, he did revive all the previous enemies, like, you know, Battle and so on, but it's also reviving other people. Oh, you remember this rock guy? No, you don't, because he lived 1,000 years ago. He's also back. So he's already reviving, you know, 1,000-year-old titans that we haven't seen before in, that we have. This is good. It really feels like an end stage. This is the end stage battle. But that thing that really fits at me is the classic thing, like I mentioned, Naruto and so on. We're gathering all the old enemies. They're all returning, or in this game, Mega Man and so on. Where, well, you're gonna fight all the previous bosses again. Like, remember these guys? They're all back. Everyone is back. It's plus more enemies. It's quite the exciting action part. Kinda strange. I like that, of course, finally is flying, as we predicted. I mean, I'm not saying that that's the best prediction for me ever. I mean, I said that Falco was gonna fly. I mean, I said it, right? So I'm not saying it was wrong, but I'm saying that it was obvious. I'm surprised that it's flying. And I think everyone had the same theory. I mean, I think everyone had the same theory, right? But let's go back to the last scene, though. I think it's kind of funny, though. He finally comes and his flying power, and then they leave. He takes them up, right? And it's being Tsundere, that's really cute. And he's like, Annie! She's like, yeah, I happen to be back because flying is cool. So that was really fun. But they all left, alright. So she took Annie, Annie and Gabby and Falco. They're saving, Reiner, Jean, Mikasa and so on, right? And they're leaving the fight. It seems very ineffective. But maybe he's gonna go back and U-turn next chapter, because, like, he saved them from dying, but now they lost a few of their members, right? They have Pieck over there, so one. It's just like they lost a few of their, rebel last stand members, and I don't know, have to return again to fight. It feels strange if he would just like fly away from Eren, right? That feels really ineffective because then they will just die. The parents are still on that hill, is alright. So they need to go back. That being said, of course, Gabby is here. So, Gabby probably like, don't worry, guys, I got my gun. Next chapter, it's gonna be like, woo, bam! It's gonna be like Gabby's like, oh, well, I could kill Eren alone. I don't need you guys. Just give me a gun, bam, and then Eren is dead, and then Gabby wins, right? So, I believe, that, of course, Gabby will solo kill Eren eventually. I'm ready for it, guys. I'm ready for Gabby to be like, I see what you did there, and just shoot him immediately, and take care of it. That'll be the end. The plot sniper Gabby is back. Anti-plot armor Gabby will be like, got you on my corner, Liam. So yeah, that's the chapter, guys. Review. Press that like button, right? I'm gonna try now to come up with a good thumbnail for this. Always hard, right? It's got some new people that like my anime stuff. I do think that the people that actually mainly though like my anime stuff though. To be honest, give a comment below if you think of that. I think most people though that did like my anime review and so on today, right? Probably are a manga reader stuff. So obviously I'm covering most Gabby, and most comments in the chat was like, I'm also like, I hate Gabby. That was like 9 out of 10 comments were like, Gabby's the worst character ever. I hope Gabby dies. That's like 9 out of 10 comments are probably have read the manga, I think, in my anime reaction, because they were all like, Gabby, I hate Gabby. So I do think that more people actually did watch my reaction of that thing, and you might be here now, right? You probably have read the manga, right? Very likely though. But I'm gonna try to do it. But it's interesting. I think about honestly, I think about every time. I'm trying to make I don't want to spoil, right? Same with anime manga. I'm trying to be like, like my last of the One Piece manga. I was like, Zoro is badass, but I wasn't like saying exactly what Zoro did, and I was spoiling writer, so don't worry. But Zoro did a really cool thing last chapter, and I just did like Zoro gets serious, and I did it like, I put like Zoro like, yeah, and like an image of Zoro, but I didn't like explain what he did, right, in the title, like, who we defeated or who we killed or whatever. I was like, Zoro wins, like kind of like that, without saying who we beat, right? So I always try to make it so people that are reading it can figure out, oh yeah, this is a cool scene, but they're not really like without being a manga reader. You hopefully won't get spoiled, right? But I don't know, I just keep thinking about it in my head now, because I used to see the anime, right? I used to see the anime before, it's like 1 minute before I started, immediately I went over to the manga, so it's full in my head to be like, man, I need to try to not spoil it. I mean, I personally hate, you're probably not talking about, but there's one YouTube channel, especially in YouTube, who has a lot of stuff and so on, but this person, he basically is like the biggest spoiler. It's like, Hammer Titan killed this character, Gabby did this thing. He's like the biggest spoiler ever, right? He's like 1 million subscribers, so I guess all the views, but of course many people are like, oh god, this is the worst way ever, right? So that is unfortunately, that is the effective way, right, to get more views subscribers, but more people will find your video. But at the same time, you're clearly spoiling people like that. I'm just like, no, I have to stay true to my conviction of morale, right? And I'd rather get less viewers, but don't spoil too much, right? Like, don't actually spoil the title, don't spoil the thumbnail and so on. And try to do that, right? But it's an interesting dilemma. So anyway, subscribe, press that bell, still get some of the Golden Kamui, and also, of course, Little Demon Princess, my favorite comedy anime this season, with the little devilish princess that keeps hurting poor demon people. She keeps hurting their feelings. God damn it, she's so good. And of course, Golden Kamui is an amazing anime. My favorite anime this season, as always. Of course, with masterpiece. Then I see you guys, subscribe, and have a good day.